All right, just to let you know, this is the second time I'm recording this video, so this is going to be the best slope-intercept form lesson you've ever taught. The first time I didn't have audio, the second time I tried to move and talk with my mouse. That was really difficult, so I didn't do that. Okay, so slope-intercept form. My favorite mathematical equation is the slope-intercept form. It's beautiful. All right, I'm going to be saying that a lot, so you're going to get sick of that. All right, our first though, before we even touch on that beautiful equation, we got to figure out this line right here. Do these points fall on this line? That's the big question, okay? Let's figure it out. So, remember a point is the x and y value, 2 being the x, 0 being the y. And that contributes to the x-axis and the y-axis, remember? So, our first step, let's just see. So, it's telling us to go 2 and 0. Remember, always start at the vertex. So, we got to move over 2. And our y is 0, so we don't actually have to move at all. We just stay right here. And yes, 2, 0 is on the line. Let's go -3, so always start at 0. So 1, 2, 3, -3. And we got to go down 3, which is right here, which is clearly, this point right here is not on the line. So that's a no. Next, we're going to go to -1 and 0. So we don't move at all. So we just stay right here. And nope, that is definitely not on the line. 5 and 1.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 1 and up 0.5, which, yes, this is on the graph. 6 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it's not there, but we can tell that this is on the graph. And 8 and 3, we definitely can't tell, but yes, it's on the graph. But now we're going to learn how do we tell when it's these type of numbers here, if it's on this graph. Of course, we could just draw the picture, but what if I give you an outrageous point like 128 and 63? Are you really going to go all the way to 128 and all the way up to 63 and see if this line travels on it? No. So let's learn how to actually find that out. But first, let's do what we did, I think, a lesson ago, and plot the line using this equation. Y equals -2x plus 3. Okay? And we're going to use this nifty table. So we are given x values that it wants us to look at. All right, so the x value of the point. We got to find the y value of the point now. And how we do that is we literally solve for y right here. So we know the x, we need to solve for y. So the first one, actually at this point, if I were you, I would pause it and try to do it on your own. See how far you get, and unpause it if you like get stuck and things like that. But your first step, as always, is write down the equation. -2x plus 3. And then fill in as you go. So y equals -2x plus 3. So y equals -2 times, in this case, our first one is -1 plus 3. So y equals -2 times -1 is just 2 plus 3. Well, that's just really simple. 2 plus 3 is 5. So there we go. Look at us. We found our first point. It is 5. So 1 and 5. So let's plot that bad boy. So 1 and 5. -1. Ooh, good catch, Miss Harper. -1 and 5. Looks to be about right there. I know that point is huge. You don't have to make it that big. But -1 and 5 is right there. All right. What is our next one? Our next one is x to be 0. Okay, this time I'm not going to write the equation. And on this point, I want you to pause it actually and try to find these last 3 points. Okay, these last 3 y values. So pause it. All right, you paused it. That means you're back and you already have these. So you just want to double check your work. So skip forward if you need to. So we still have -2. And we're still timesing it by, in this case, 0. And then we add 3. Okay, well, that's easy. Y equals -2 times 0 is just 0. 0 plus 3. So, well, 0 plus 3 is just 3. Whoops, whoops. So this next point right here is 3. Hopefully you didn't hear that. We're gonna pretend like you didn't. Okay, so 0 and 3. You got 0 here is your x, and you're going to go up to 3, which is right there. Oh, I let go too late. Right there. All right. Now our next one, whoops, is y equals 1 now. So we're going to, try to do things faster. It didn't work out. Y equals -2 times, in this case, 1 plus 3. That's going to give us our y value. -2 times 1 is -2 plus 3. -2 plus 3 equals 1. So in this case, we got 1. So 1, 1. So that's 1, 1. So that would be right here. And our last one, let's see what we get. So instead of x, we are going to use y equals -2 times 2 in this case, plus 3. So y equals -4 plus 3, because -2 times 2 is -4, and y equals -1 in this case, because -4 plus 3 is -1. So our last point is we have to go over 1, 2, and down 1. Look at this beautiful line we created. Let's put a line through it. Bam. Well, didn't do it. Bam. Well, still didn't do it. There you go. Bam. Beautiful line. Look at all the amazing work we did. We literally just had an equation and 4 x values, and we created this line. All right. Now let's go back, way back 2 lessons. I think it is 2 or 3 lessons. And I want you to give me the slope of this line. So I'm going to pause it if you want. Try to figure out the slope if you remember. If you don't, here's how you do it. So what you do is it's going down, so we know it's going to be negative. That's key. And you just figure out, how did we get from this point right here to this point? So we had to move down 2. So remember, slope is m. It's rise over run. So we had to go down 2. We had to go down 2, which would be -2 over. So we went down. And remember, slope is rise over run. That's the key thing. So we had to run just 1. Well, in that case, -2 divided by 1 is just -2. Now, the second question I'm going to ask you is, where does this guy cross the y-axis? So remember, this y-axis is here. Where does it land? Well, it crosses it right here at 3. So now, why is that significant? Look at these 2 numbers we just found, -2 and 3. Where else do we see -2 and 3? So -2 we found to be the slope is in front of the x, and 3, which is the y-intercept, is just by itself. That is actually the slope-intercept form. Wow, look, we found it. My favorite equation on the whole entire planet. Now, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, the slope plus b, which represents the y-intercept. So this formula right here is what we're going to be doing the next couple days. So m equals slope, just for a refresher. Slope, now this is super important. Slope is only in front of x. There's never a time when it's not, okay? I spelled that wrong. You spell it right. It's an English class also. All right, slope is always in front of x. When you have an equation like this linear equation, whatever is in front of x is 100% your slope, okay? The number by itself, which has no variables, is always your y-intercept, okay? That is always going to be your y-intercept. All right. But before we actually start practicing, let's practice identifying, okay? So right here, our slope in this case is the number in front of x, which is 3. And then our y-intercept in this case is +4. So please pause the video. Please, please, please pause the video. And try these last three before I solve them, okay? So let's keep going. So the slope, oops, sorry guys, sorry. The slope in this case is -2/3. And the y-intercept, did I skip a page? Okay, I didn't. Oh, okay, I don't know. Okay, the y-intercept in this case is -5. The slope in this case, oh, there's nothing in front of x. Remember, there is in front of all variables, because we are lazy math people, is just 1. So the slope in this case is just 1. The y-intercept in this case is +6. Oops, wow, that was... and lastly, -x, so -1 is the slope. And the y-intercept is 0. There's nothing. So the y-intercept is just 0. So now when we are graphing, when we are given this equation and we need to graph it on a piece of graph paper, your first step is always plot the y-intercept. Always plot it no matter what. Plot it. So our y-intercept in this case is -1. So that's always going to be your first point, okay? I don't care about anything else but you plotting the y-intercept first. That's the main thing from this lesson. Plot that y-intercept first. Then just use the point to get just use the slope to get, oh, spelled slope wrong. Slope. To get more points. So in this case, our slope is 3. I hope you remember that slope equals m, which equals rise over run. I know what you're thinking, Miss Harper. There ain't no rise and there ain't no run. In this case, there is. So 3 is equal to our rise and 1 is equal to our run, because over every whole number there's a number we do not write because we are lazy math people, and that is the number 1. So just because it says 3 doesn't mean that there's no run. It's just that we don't write it because we're lazy math people, okay? Why can't I pick it up? Okay, we're just going to delete this point because it's not working for us. And it won't let me delete it. Delete. Alright, don't mind this point. Jeez. I hate it when it does that. So, this one. So right now we got to rise 3, rise 3. 1, 2, 3, and we got to run 1. So that belongs right there. And again, let's do it one more time so we can get a nice line. We got to rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and run 1. And there we go. Look, there's our beautiful line. We can put some things through it. So just right here and right here. And look at that. We plotted our line. It looks beautiful. So let's review. When we are looking at a slope of 4/5, see right here, that means we got to go up 4 and to the right 5. So rise over run. We got to go up 4 to the right 5. Please pause the video and try this on your own, okay? There's only 4. If we have a slope of 6, that means we got to go up 6 and to the right just 1, because remember, just because we write 6, it's really 6/1. We just don't write 6/1 because we're lazy math people, which we actually need in this case, but we still don't write it. -3, when you have a negative number, it means you're going down 3, so you're going down 3. And to the right 1. -2/3, which means you're going down 3, or down 2, sorry, and to the right 3. Because remember, we always go to the right. If you notice, these are all rights, even if there was negative. We always go to the right no matter what, and you either go up or down, okay? So I'm going to plot 3 graphs, and you're going to plot the rest. And if you really want the answer, just let me know, and I'll send you a picture. But I think that I have confidence that you guys will be able to graph these really, really easily, okay? So our first step is to plot, I hope everyone said the y-intercept. So we're going to plot the y-intercept. In this case, the y-intercept is 1. Okay. The next is to plot the slope. So in this case, our slope is 2. So that means that we have to go up 2 and over 1. And let's do at least one more. So we got to go up 2 and over 1. There we go. There's our line. So you can draw a line through it. Our next one equation is y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Again, we are going to be plotting the y-intercept first, which is -3. So we're actually going down here. That looks like -3. And our rise over 1 is actually given to us. Our rise is 1 and our run is 2. So the next one, plot the slope. So we got to go up 1 and over 2. Right there. Plot one more point. So we got to go up 1 and over 2. So this is just a tiny slope. If you notice, it's just a small incline. This one is very steep. Okay, let's do x. That's a fun one. And then I want you guys to do the rest, okay? So x. Our y-intercept is not here. But it is, it's 0. Just because there's no number there means that it's 0, okay? It doesn't mean that it's nothing. It means numbers, so you got to start at 0. And then our slope, well, our slope is just 1. So 1 over 1. So we are literally just going up 1 and over 1. Like all the way. And remember, what I haven't been doing up here, just because we had enough, is you can just do the opposite of what you do in order to get the rest of the line. So you can go, we went up 1 over 1, go down 1, and to the left, okay? So then you can create your line. All right, so there you go. I want you to try the rest on your own. I have the utmost confidence. If you want to check your answer, shoot me an email, and I will give it to you. Okay, so now we're going to be working backwards again. I'm only going to be doing 3, and you're going to be doing the rest. And that is coming from a graph to equation. So for this one we just did, that was we had an equation, we created a graph. This next one, I just want to put the line in because I like this color. There's that beautiful line. This next one is going from a line to a graph. So to the equation, sorry. So our first step is let's do some measure points. Okay, so right here. Oh no, I made it too small. So right here is our y-intercept. So that's our first thing. Now, if you forget already, that's okay, but the main graph that we are trying to get is this one, y equals mx plus b. Okay, that's our golden one. I'm going to put it up there. That's what we're going to be cheating off of. So in this case, y equals mx, because we don't know our slope is, plus our y-intercept where this crosses at 2. So we have that first half of the graph. Now we got to figure out our slope. So y equals m. What is our slope? So we always go from 2 points. Remember, this is from a really long time ago of finding slope. So find 2 points. I'm going to use oh, I got it. These two right here. So my rise is 1. So that's my top number. Is 1 over, and so I rise 1, and then I run 1, 2, 3. And now we can put it all together. So 1/3 x plus 2. That's our equation right here. This bottom one right here. So let's do that for the next one. Y equals mx plus, what is our y-intercept? Ooh, actually it's not plus in this case. What is it now? Actually, in this case, it is -1. So we're actually not minusing. We're actually not adding, we're minusing. Now we just got to figure out our slope. So y equals, and in order to find your slope, you always have to have another point to go off of. So I'm going to go off right here. Oh, look, this one's going down. So our slope's actually going to be negative. So let's see how many we go down. 1, 2. So we're going down 2. We're going down 2. And so that's our rise. Even though I know rising, you think of getting up. Remember, you can go down. And we are running 1, 2, 3. So that's our slope -1. So there we go. There's our graph. You know, I'm not going to do the rest. You can do the rest. I know that you guys can do this. Please, again, send me a picture if you would like help. All right. So now let's go back way, way, way to the beginning of what we did. Remember that problem? I was like, is this 128? Are you going to draw it 128, 63? And I hope you said no, because that's huge, and that would be a lot of your time that you do not need to waste. So let's use a strategy that we just learned. So our strategy in order to see if this point is on this line is, first, we must find the equation. Oh, oops. Equation. And remember that nifty equation we just learned was, well, that was awesome. That was awesome. Find the equation. Remember the one we just learned? Y equals mx plus b. Then see if 128, 63 fits the equation. Fits the equation. So first up, let's find the equation of this guy. So y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx. What's our y-intercept? It's right here, which is -1. So we got y equals mx minus 1. So last we did, we just need our slope. So I'm going to connect it to this point here. So our slope is we rise 1. That's 1 over. We just go up 1 and over 2. 1 over 2. X minus 1. There we go. So here's our awesome formula. Y equals 1/2 x plus, minus 1, sorry. So now we got to do this point 128, 63. Let's see if it's actually on this line. So our first step, let's write the equation that we just found. X minus 1. Now let's fill in what we know. So does 63, because our y is 63, equal 1/2 over 2 times 128, which is our x, minus 1. So that's what we're trying to figure out. Does 63 equal this? So what's 1/2 of 128? 64. 64 minus 1. So does 63 equal 64 minus 1? Well, yeah, 63 equals 63. So hey, this point is on the graph. Yes, perfect. That's how I do it. There'll be an assignment there that is attached to the blog. Have fun doing it. It's just going to be pretty straightforward like all this stuff here, okay? Let me know if you want these answers.